one that loops back, and like I said, it just gives us access to the central corridor.
Yeah.
So it's really just like lifting it up and over.
So the car that ends up here came all the way down this previous.
Yeah. Yeah,
okay.
Exactly. So it's, like, these robots are really just to give us like through access.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's going to pick it up and transfer it to the other robot.
Yeah.
But I think like like a design improvement we should do is like really just the one robot should just pass it to the other robot.
Just pick it up.
Yeah.
Oh,
like,
there's a third one above us.
Yeah, it's like it puts it on a table. The table rotates. It's like if we did this over, we would just have that giant robot pass it to that giant robot.
Fair.
Yeah.
Handoff.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like thousands of like little things like that help improve production. General Assembly kind of operates in kind of a U, so it goes cars coming over there, go all the way down here, and then all the way that way.
Okay.
And you can see the car get progressively more complex as it goes down the General Assembly line.
What does it look like when it starts this side of the assembly line?
Oh, we can go there.
All right,
go there.
let's do it.
Should we start there? Start at the beginning?
Yeah,
or?
might as well.
But here you can get a good sense for, there's like General Assembly is what I was talking about as being really well suited to people.
Okay.
Because you got a lot of weird things that you got to put together. Like, like look at some of these, assemblies that like it's pretty hard for a robot to like connect this on.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it's, like depending upon how it comes out of the box, it could be like in a little different position. But it's pretty easy for somebody like, oh, it's like, I just need to move it like an inch, bolt it in.
It's probably really hard to write software to kind of know to adapt in all these different ways.
Yeah, it's like if you try to have the robot do this, you got to have like a complicated vision system, and then like the vision system faults out. It's like it's not quite right.
That's the hard part. We have a robot in our studio that moves the camera around, and the hardest part is when it faults.
Yeah.
You need a person there to know what to do.
Exactly. So
hopefully that doesn't happen much.
Like for parts that are complicated and fiddly, like wiring harnesses are especially difficult. You see how like the wiring harness kind of needs to snake through the car.
Yeah.
It's literally like winding like a snake through the car.
Yeah. You
got to like poke it through holes and do various things. That's super difficult for a robot. See like how they're like putting the part of the air conditioning system there.
Right.
So they use like a little bit of mechanical assistance with the winch and whatnot, but then it's pretty straightforward for the guys to just like get that in there. And then like if they see there's an issue with the part, then like they say, oh, this part's got a problem. We'll put it over here to get fixed. Like this is like assembly lines like moving slowly.
Yeah.
So like moves along, and then if it gives people like time to get things done. Like you can like stand on this and.
I think you mentioned like the speed of the car coming out the other side is like 1 mile an hour or something like that.
Yeah, it's super slow.
You want to speed this up, right?
Yeah, it's not even 1 mile an hour. It's even slower than that right now. Well, for SX, but for 3, it's like getting closer to 1 mile an hour.
Okay. Okay.
But walking speed is 3 miles an hour, so it's like only 1/3 walking speed at 1 mile an hour.
All right.
But you can see like when you look on the inside of the car, you can see like how many little complicated little pieces there are.
A lot.
The things that are meant to for insulation, corrosion protection, airbags, road noise. Like it's all this stuff that gets put in here.
Yeah.
You can see like these are like the side airbags here.
Oh, okay.
I think it's like pretty cool. Like most people never see like the inside of the car.
Yeah, there's a million things you never see driving the car every day.
This is like, sorry guys, sorry to interrupt. If you don't mind being on the internet and stuff, is that cool? All right.
YouTube's cool.
I actually don't interrupt your work, but it's like you see like how like there's like a lot of tricky pieces, and like if for a person like this is like durable,
straightforward.
Yeah, it takes a bit of training, you got to speed, whatever. But like once you like basically like a pro human can do this super well, and it's like hard for the robots to do that. But when we go to the body welding, I'll show you like what's a robot good at. And you'll see like there's tons of robots, like tons of people here, tons of robots there. There's so much complexity and variation here. You gotta like thread those wires when it comes through.
Especially like, here with this door.
So like this is a car with like less stuff in it, and then it goes. We'll see the beginning of it.
Right.
And then it goes all the way around, gets more and more stuff added. And
Does it end at the end? Well, General Assembly ends probably somewhere down there.
Yeah.
Okay.
So But you can see, it's interesting to see the car get progressively more complex as we add more parts to it. You know, this place used to employ like about 5,000 people, and now we got 10,000 people just in this location.
Yeah.
So what we do is we have like tons of shuttles and like we encourage ride sharing.
Yeah.
We got the very rapid transit station finally like went up. So just like trying to get people here is not easy.
It's a big challenge.
Yeah.
What is this?
Oh, this is actually like this is one of my favorite dumb robots.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm a fan right now.
It's pretty cool. So like, there's a lot of fancy robots that like, but they have like lots of issues. They break down all the time. These little guys are super great. They're like, they follow this magnetic stripe. See, basically, it's like super easy to program. You don't even need to be a programmer. You just like lay down the mag stripe,
And it'll follow it.
yeah, it just follows the mag stripe, and then it's got proximity sensors in the front. So if it sees an obstacle or sees like something in the way, it just stops. And then as soon as something moves out of the way, it just keeps going. You know, just like there's this like little thing all day long, like a little train. You know, like we were talking about robots faulting out, and one of the, it's like that's like where, like actually doing things manually can actually be more efficient, because if you have like a lot of complicated robots, particularly if you have a 24/7 operation like we have with Model 3, then if a robot faults out, you got to have 24/7 like advanced robot technicians.
Makes sense.
And then if the robot like accidentally crashes and like breaks a fixture, then it's like, man, okay, now we've got the line down. It's
Do you
like
have to?
red alert? And then I get pulled on my cell phone at 2 in the morning, and it's
Yeah,
like,
not a lot
like
of
trying
fun.
to fly apart from Germany. It's like we literally had that 2 days ago.
Do you have to, when you get new robots, do you build the robots or do you order them in and program them?
So there's like different classes. There's many different types of robots. So the giant robot that we saw lifting the car, is like that is a catalog item, but then we have to program the motions,
Right.
And the end effector is custom. So the end effector that picks up the car, drops it off, that's a custom made thing.
Okay.
So it's kind of like you kind of like buy this like powerful arm, but it's
Yeah.
just like having an arm stuck in the ground, and then you're like, okay, what does the arm do?
You got to tell it everything to do.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you got to put sensors on it and put fixtures. So that's like kind of like that robot over there. That's also one of like the ones that picks up the car. Oh, by the way, these are like named after X-Men.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Just X-Men?
I think
feel like
it's
you might have too
Marvel,
many.
it's like Marvel and X-Men. It's
You
like,
got to start to run out of names.
yeah. It's like X-Men. There's a lot of X-Men. By the way.
Yeah. Okay.
So you can see like this is like quite a beast of a robot. You can just buy that robot. You know, in this case it's a Fanuc robot. And you buy the robot, but then the end effector that's carrying the car is something that's custom, and then you got to do the programming and the like wire in the sensors and that kind of thing. So
To the level of precision of this massive robot, is it to like, as far as repeatable action, is it literally the same path every second?
yeah.
Plus or minus an inch?
Oh no, it's
Centimeter?
better than that. For a big robot, there's a little less precision than a smaller robot.
Yeah.
But say a medium-sized robot will be accurate to 0.2, 0.3 millimeters.
Oh, okay. What is the most popular paint color coming through here?
That's black.
Black?
Yeah. It actually varies by country.
Oh, interesting.
Like,
Watch out, there's a dumb robot coming through.
oh yeah, no, this guy's like pretty cool. Like, watch. Alright, this could go wrong.
I don't know, you trust him more than I do.
Yeah, okay.
Alright,
Okay. Alright.
Good job. Good job, robot. Yeah, no, I see a lot of silver, and I see a lot of white Model X.
Yeah,
Just in
so,
New Jersey.
black and white are the two most popular colors.
Okay.
The white and black are like black is slightly more popular than white in the U.S., but in like Europe, it's way more popular. Like white is a very rare color in Europe per car.
Okay.
In the U.S., it's like it's about even with black. Black and white are the two most common colors.
Got it.
And here you can see battery pack. This is like supposed to be like a mating station for the battery pack.
Oh, this is literally connecting the battery to the
Yeah.
car.
Here you can see it's like a combination of manual and automatic. So
It's like they're lining it up.
It's like, yeah, exactly. It's It's done primarily by the robot system, by the automated system, but then you've got a person just making sure that the fine tuning is there.
Gotcha. How do you feel about matte or satin colors
Actually,
on
I'm
cars?
asked about that a lot. I actually like the aesthetics of matte. It's really tricky to repair matte. So, like with gloss, you can polish it out. With matte, if you get like a little ding, it's really hard to then rematch so it looks like an even matte.
Yeah.
You can't just like,
That's a fair point, yeah.
So it's doable. It's something actually we would like to do matte in the future. But like right now, for example, like the paint shop's really operating at full tilt, so adding any complexity to the paint shop would definitely be wise right now, but I think it'd be a cool thing to do in the future. So these are sub-assemblies, so you can see like the front and rear drive units being built up.
Yeah.
And the sub-assemblies then feed the main assembly line.
These are a long assembly line.
Oh yeah. Well, it's integrating S and X.
Okay.
And it's making about 2,000 cars a week.
Is Model 3 entirely, completely separate? I guess inside the same building, but separate whole process.
The only place where Model 3 and S and X come together is in the paint shop. So the paint shop is processing S3 and X simultaneously down the same line.
Gotcha.
But otherwise, general assembly is separate, body separate. Everything else is separate. So just the paint shop where they come together.
You've mentioned you've slept in the factory to be able to immediately like diagnose problems and hands-on fix what's not right. What type of things happen that you can immediately fix or immediately take action on?
Actually, last 3 months last year, I mostly spent at gigafactory trying to help fix the battery production, so module production, and it's a lot of little things, like looking at each little tiny part, each process. Say, is the process necessary? Like, because the best part is no part, best part of the process is no process, and occasionally at the design level you think something's necessary, but then it turns out it's not. So it's just like making sure connecting between design and manufacturing, make sure we close the loop on that. Just saying like, hey, is this? Let's say it's a lot of real simple stuff, but it's like times 1,000. Yeah. So if we have like a automated bolt driver going in, like what's the RPM and torque settings for the bolt driver? Can we make that go faster? Usually you can. Unnecessary movements. Like for example, I actually don't really like the fact that we lift the cars over and back.
Ideally, that would be a robot handoff, getting rid of a middle stage.
Yeah, exactly. Because the middle stage, what robot is like putting it on a turntable, and then the turntable's rotating, and the other robot's picking it up. It's actually, the problem is like sometimes the turntable breaks down.
Oh.
And so it's like, okay, let's eliminate the turntable and just have a robot go to the robot. And then you don't have like the turntable breakers to consider.
So it's a lot of minimizing things that can go wrong and maximizing the efficiency of the simple things that go right.
It's like design necessity of every part and every process. Yeah. The speed at which, especially the robots are going. Is there any unnecessary movement in the production line that isn't value added? Like we're not actually doing something.
Yeah.
Like replacing elements of the production system that are not
needed or redundant.
Yeah, exactly.